The story of philosophy. So I just finished the book, The Story of Philosophy, of 700 pages. And well, it was a long story, and I learned a bunch of things to think in a critical way, and an introduction to the most well known philosophers of our history. So it started with the Greek philosophers Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Then, as you well know, we had the Dark Ages. So after that, philosophy continued, and we had in the book Bacon, Francis Bacon, well known, nice name there. He was a British philosopher. And after that, we had also Bacon. We had Schopenhauer. We had Nietzsche, and then we have the modern philosophers. And more than that, we have Voltaire as well with the French Renaissance. We have Immanuel Kant before Schopenhauer and Nietzsche. My favorite is actually Schopenhauer. The way he's thinking, and his thinking mostly correlates with me, and the power of the will. The will is the strongest force in the universe, as well as Nietzsche. So this is just an introduction to philosophy. And at this age and at this time, I don't want to go too deep into philosophy, even though I love it. I really love it. But going too deep into it will not benefit my career right now. What I would continue to read is actually Story of Civilization to understand our civilization and history on a more broad level as well. So this was a great introduction. I underlined everything, so if I want to go back into it and use it for references or read more about those specific philosophers which I really liked, I can go deeper into those as well. Or go back to the book, which I have there, and read more about that time and that specific philosopher, which I really liked. And the Greek philosophers is one of the most important philosophers to build that foundation. So yeah, it was a great book. It took a long time to finish because you cannot read this as fast as other books, like reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. I can read in less than a day, and it's 300 pages. But this took a long time because to digest, you have to go back and forth. And it's also Old English. It was written in the 1930s by Will Durant. So some words I do not understand, so I have to search them up. But this also develops my mind and makes me smarter. So I see it as a challenge and a way of growing, which in philosophy is very important, and to continuously grow and develop. Because if you're decaying, you're dying. Survival of the fittest. You have to be the most adaptable to win. Not only the strongest or the smartest, but the most adaptable to change. So yeah, it was a great book. I recommend everyone who's interested in philosophy to read the book. Next, I want to read all of the Story of Civilization. I'm not sure I'm going to read it right now, but I do want to read it because if you read and understand history and civilization, you better see patterns in your own life. You better prepare it. So next, I'm probably going to read The Sovereign Individual to understand the future. Now I read history. Now I'm going to read about the future. So The Sovereign Individual is about the information age. So we have the industrial age, and now we're going to have the information age, which we're moving into now with the modern era of the internet and AI, which will be interesting. I will make some videos about that as well. And it's also a very deep book. So usually I read philosophy and those types of books in the mornings to get some new ideas about the day, about the age. And at night, I usually read, so after this video, I usually read biographies of well-known people or people I want to be like. So about a biography of I have Carnegie, Rockefeller, Elon Musk. I had Trump's book as well, The Art of the Deal. I like that one. And yeah, just biographies, so understand how they are thinking, and you can use that knowledge into your own life. One book I recently read as well was Charlie Munger. Such a great thinker, such a great mind, and one of the most influential people in business. And he was a partner with Warren Buffett. Fortunately, he's dead now, but his thoughts and ideas still lives on to this day. You can read this book, Poor Charlie's Almanac, which is also inspired by Benjamin Franklin, who is his great role model. I also want to read his book. So, thanks for this video. It was mostly about the story of philosophy. We can dive deeper into different philosophers in the future. But I think it's important to go broad in the beginning. In everything you do, go broad in the beginning. And then when you see where you have the most interest and where you're more aligned with, you can dive deeper into that. It's the same with marketing. You start with a broad target audience, and then when you see what works and you have the most interest with, you go deeper into that specific area. Or if you're a leader, which I understood, that you can be more of a generalist and understand the sense of marketing instead of going deep into one specific niche. You understand the broad sense of marketing. And instead you have specialists who you then help dive deeper into different niches, and you more oversee the team. You can also do that. And same in philosophy then. You can go broad in philosophy, but don't dive deep into any specific philosophy. But you more oversee everything. Hopefully that makes sense. So, yeah, guys. Sunday. Tomorrow we're going to crush it. Sales. Gonna get the most results. Crush the records. And have a great night and read some philosophy. It's the most wonderful topic and subject that you can read. Bye-bye.